Hey, everybody. I hope everybody's having a really good day today. I woke up this morning with such a headache. Oh, got much better. I laid down, took a nap, everything's fine after that. Naps are so good. I don't know why I hated them so much as a kid because I sure do appreciate them nowadays. So that's a fact. Um, there is a lot of confusion right now about family and what I'm being told and what I'm finding out is really confusing. I still haven't completely wrapped my head around it. I still haven't found all of the links, all of the ties that bind everything together. I still haven't found all of those. But what I'm being told um, by spirit and some of the things that I found on other websites. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Is that my mother and my ex that was hired to kill me in Homewell, Tennessee, are brother and sister, which means that Tommy and I are related as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm sick to my stomach thinking about it. My mother was adopted by my grandparents. She was, between like 10 and 12 when she was adopted. Um, I know that Tommy, which isn't his real name is James. Um, my mom's mom and his mom died, and they were sent different places, I guess. Um, my mom to my grandparents, which I'm being told my grandparents knew his, my mom's and his family. My Tommy went to an uncle who abused him tremendously. He was not treated well. My mother went to my grandparents, um, and I am being told that my mother is my sister. That my mother stole me from my biological father, Albert Victor Pierce, also known as Duke, and my biological mother, who I believe was Myrna from Russia. My mother stole me from them. My mother's and my dad that raised me, who's on my birth certificate, who's not my real dad, told me that he, my biological father, tried to find me, and that he shot at them. Um, Everything is still really convoluted and really kind of confusing, but in a way, kind of starting to make a little bit of sense with all of the stories that I've been told through my life. There's been no real consistency. Stories from my mother have like always had just enough of a little bit of a change to make you go, what? That's not what you told me before. So there's never been really any consistency. So the fact that all of this is coming out is not surprising to me at all. I'm not surprised. And I venture to guess that there's going to be a whole lot more that's going to be coming out fairly soon, because I'm on the track. I'm on the track now. And I have a really good friend of mine who is helping me on this track. Um, a detective. Yeah. That's what she is. She's a detective helping me find out all of this information. So, I suppose we're going to get to the bottom of this at some point or another. Um, yeah, it's really kind of crazy, isn't it? How do you think I feel? Oh my God. Uh, uh, exactly. You don't even know what the heck to say. I do know that my mother and I are related, but she's not my mom. She's not my mom. I don't even know what to say, y'all. It's really kind of crazy. Oh, so there are 3 men in Hohenwald and 2 women in Hohenwald that are trying to completely destroy me. And I mean, in every fashion, a person can be destroyed: reputation, um, business, the ability to get another job. You know, I mean, anything that you can find a way to destroy another person, that's what these people are doing to me. All 3 of these men are gay. All 3 of these men are secretly gay and have an issue with me personally because of my light. My light irritates their demons. When I'm around them, it makes them see themselves. I mirror them to themselves, and they can't stand that because apparently they really don't like who they are, or they wouldn't have such an issue with me, honestly. But all 3 of these men are secretly gay, and these 2 women, um, one of them is mentally unwell and incredibly jealous, envious, jealous, and wants to completely destroy me for no other reason than she's envious and jealous. And she's the one that is in a relationship now with my ex. And he's being manipulated, being told all of these things that I supposedly said or did or whatever. When the fact is, dude, the fact is you're just being manipulated by somebody who's a bigger, better narcissist than you. You met your match there. She's got you by the cojones, dude. You don't even know what's up and what's down anymore. She's mentally unwell, and so are you. So the 2 of you deserve each other, I guess. Um, the girl, the lady, that's the other lady, is she knows people in power, and she's trying to use the people in power to help her to bring me down. There's a government official that I worked for that I believe is involved with this as well. I think he's the powerful person that she's talking to try to take me down. And all of this is because they're jealous, envious of my gifts and my destiny. Well, tough cookies, folks. You wouldn't do anything with it if you had it anyways. If this is the kind of people you are, why would you think for 1 second that you'd be given a gift like the gifts that I have? Because you wouldn't do anything good with them. You would use them for the wrong things. And that's why I have these gifts and you don't. So there's a pastor that is in Hohenwald, Tennessee, that is in a fake church out at a RV campground. That dude is a pedophile. He's a pedophile, and he drugs children. And when I say children, I mean young adults, to keep them confused, to keep them under his thumb, to keep them in a mind frame, so that they're easier for him to control. He's showing them and teaching them black magic, And if they don't do as he wishes them to do, then he starves them. He does terrible things to these kids when they don't do exactly what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, how they're supposed to do it. He punishes them. A lot of these kids are breaking free from this guy, finally. They're finally starting to see what's really happening and what's really going on. They're grooming these young people, grooming them to be in their dark selves, to be on the shadow side of life. He's grooming them. There's a whole bunch of people that go to this church that I believe are involved with all of this trafficking. The authorities know what church I'm talking about and the people that are involved. The authorities know. Of course, the authorities in Hohenwald, Tennessee, some of the police and some of the sheriff's department are involved with this disgusting bit of human trafficking and crimes against humanity. And I can't wait to see all of you go down, because you're the worst of the worst. You're supposed to serve and protect. And here you are helping people, helping these people to human traffic, to organ traffic, rape. It's disgusting. I won't tell you how I really feel, because I'm a lady. I'll keep that to myself, but I can think it. So the girl that's dating my ex, who is my brother, I think he's my half brother. I don't think he's my full blood brother, but he is my mom's full blood brother. This girl that's dating my ex is trying to get someone to invest in the business that I created. Mystic Cleaning is the business that I created, is the business that I got the business name for clear back last February, and also purchased the LLC for that business. I purchased the LLC for that business. She's trying to get investors to invest in that business that she stole from me. And then once she has the money from these investors, she has no plans whatsoever to use it for the business. She actually has plans to go on vacation. And when she goes on vacation, she's never coming back. So my biological father, Albert Victor Pierce, otherwise known as Duke, who was apparently in a band, or liked to sing, or played instruments. That's how my mom said she met him, was in a bar. All of that could be lies for all I know. And probably is, because I don't know that my mother ever tells the truth about anything. So far, there have been 6 verified marriages, 2 divorces. There was a Patricia that was his last known marriage in 1998. I don't see, or we haven't found a divorce yet for that. This family that my mother was born into was a cult. It was in a very dysfunctional cult type of family, very incestuous, apparently. Um, my mother's and Tommy's mother passed away, and they were separated and taken. Tommy went to go live with an uncle who mistreated him terribly, and then my mother was taken by my grandparents. And as I mentioned, my grandparents somehow knew this family. My grandmother knew this family that she took my mom from. I'm not sure yet how all that's going to come out, but it's kind of starting to sound a little sick. I'm just saying. This is really kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. It really is. And the more I find out, the sicker to my stomach I get. Could y'all imagine growing up your whole life being told this story, whatever story your life is, everybody's got their story, right? But imagine being told this story of your life, having pictures of your life and having these stories that go behind them and, all of this stuff. And then finding out that none of that was real, that it was all just made up stories, which would make sense as to why there would be little discrepancies in the stories. Every time the story was told, something was just a tiny little bit different. And then the next time the story was told, it was something else was a tiny little bit different, making you kind of go, did they just not remember it right? You get older, you just don't remember. Well, the fact is that it would appear that all of those stories were made up as a lies to my life, because I was taken from my biological father, Albert Victor Pierce, and my biological mother, which I believe her name was Myrna. And I don't know her last name, but she was from Russia. I was taken from them by my sister, who's my mom. Say what? Yeah. So, not really. I don't know yet, y'all. It's really confusing. I'm not even lying. This is so confusing. The trouble is if I don't find this all out myself, I seriously doubt anybody will ever tell me the truth. I mean, shoot, I'm 52 or 53 years old. I'm not even sure what my real date of birth is. I've been on this earth this amount of time, and not one freaking person in my life has decided or even bothered to tell me the truth about my own life. So I have no alternative but to start digging. And I have somebody who's helping me dig, and she's damn good at it. And I will get to the bottom of this. I'll get to the bottom of this. One thing I do know is that Tommy and my mother are brother and sister. They're related, and I know they are. I know they are because I am not even kidding you one bit. They have exactly the same eyes. I have never seen anything like it in my entire life. Looking at my mother's eyes and looking at Tommy's eyes, it's like looking at the same person. It's like looking at the same person, people. I've never seen anything like it. And the amount of darkness and evil in both of these people's eyes is equal. They mirror each other in their dark soul. They really truly do. It's scary. It really is. It's scary. So the more I find out, of course, I'm going to let you know, but you got to hang in there with me, because I mean, things unfold so very slowly, and then when I think I'm heading down the right track, it's like, wait a minute, wait, wait a minute. That's not quite right, but this is still right. So now, people, I'm telling you, this is so confusing. I do know that my mom and Tommy are related. That I do know. They are related. And they were raised in a very sick, very toxic, very unhealthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, sexually unhealthy household. There's a lot of ugly, a lot of darkness. And that's probably why these two people are so not okay up here. Still doesn't give you the right to harm other people. You both know you have a mental issue and you both know that you need to be on medication for it. But you both decided that you didn't need to do that. And instead, you decided you were going to hurt everybody in your life, that you were just going to be the people that you were raised by instead of going the opposite direction and saying, I'm never going to be like you, I'm going to be something different than you, I'm going to be better than you. You decided to go down the track of being just like the people that harmed you. You became the people you hated the most. You became your abusers. When I was 5 years old, I made a conscious decision at 5 years old that I was never, ever going to be like my mother, because I knew what an awful human being she was. Even then at 5, I knew what a horrible human being she was. But I lived with my grandparents and I knew what good was. I knew what a good life and a good, happy home was. And then I went to live with my mom and my dad and my brother, and I knew that that was not right. What they were doing in their house was not right. It was very, very, very wrong. And I knew it. And I fought my whole life to be exactly the opposite of everything that my mother is. My whole life, the opposite of you, mother. And I am so incredibly proud of myself for not becoming like you, which is what you wanted, but you never got it, and you never will. You never will. So as I sit here and strain my brain, trying to figure this all out, I am still a very happy person. I feel so very blessed. I have people trying to ruin me. I have people trying to kill me. I have 3 gay men and 2 women doing their very, very, very best to destroy me. And I mean destroy me in every fashion possible. Destroy me. And by the way, one of you ladies that's doing all of this, that's trying so very hard to destroy me, your husband is gay and you don't even know it. because you're so daggum focused on me. Your husband is secretly gay. And to the other woman who is so freaking jealous of me, my brother, James, is gay as well. And so is the third man that's after me as well. All of you are gay. In this gay secret society, spread Nick around. Have y'all been tested yet? Have any of you even bothered to go in and be tested yet? Because someone in y'all's group has HIV, going into full-blown AIDS, and y'all are still doing your ick. And somebody in this group has kidney failure that is about to get a lot worse. I wish y'all would just stop. There's no reason for this. You're only doing this out of envy and jealousy, hatred, darkness. There is no reason. There is no real good reason for you to be doing this to me other than, let's see, let's throw a dart and pick a person, and there you are. And now we're going to ruin your life because we can. But you can't. You can't ruin my life. For so many reasons, you can't ruin my life. For one, my reputation speaks for itself. Who I am speaks louder than what you say I am. God, Jesus, the archangels, and my ancestors are never going to let you get away with this. Ever. All I need to do is sit back patiently and wait for them to do what they need to do to make sure that all of the loose ends are tied up, and there is no way that any of you will get off because your motives will be known. All tied up in a nice, beautiful little package and ready to hand over to the authorities. Because you're not as good as my God. And you never will be. All right, world. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Or I don't even know if that's the right word. Clarity. Wish me clarity. Wish me the ability to find the information that I need to put my life together. Because right now it's just a bunch of lies. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to keep smiling through all of this. And I'm going to keep being happy through all of this because that is what I do. And I will continue to. So remember, love each other, love yourselves, and I love you.